Testing 1 2 3. 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 All right, all right. Yeah, I'm back with another one. It's been a crazy last week. Been watching what's going on what you call it on YouTube, and been watching the news. And well, this country's about to be destroyed and collapse. The other group, the ops, the idiots, is getting destroyed by their own, self-inflict. I try to tell y'all, man. I've been saying this 4 years. It's been going on, and then the golden ticket. They try to say he God, which is not true. That's idolatry. They getting exposed left and right. It's over. Like, be prepared. Like I say, ain't gonna be no elections next year. What? Yes, it is. It's over. The Democrats want to take over. I see a takeover, and this is not looking good for old boy. He out of there. I don't see him bouncing back. And P files. That's what I'm gonna call them for now on. P files. That starts with the E, but we call them P files over here. Them P files is over. He out of there, man. I don't see. And then I'm seeing reports that he's finished. He's highly finished. Something to go on for that, but he's finished. He's finito, man. There's no way he's gonna survive that. I don't care who you are. When you got that so much power and the country's already collapsing left and right, it's over. And then you got dude defending the golden ticket. What's his name? Stevie Knight. He got destroyed by Albert and Preach. Albert debated him. I was in that live stream just laughing. I'm like, nigga, you out here. And he said, sir, why you call someone golden ticket? You know who I called the golden ticket from last month that got executed before 9/11. You put two and two together. You know what I said on my last live stream. But we're gonna talk about a lot of things about these people that do reaction videos. They do a lot of live streaming, and they're married. Bunch of losers, right? Like I said, they ain't losers. Yes, they are, because they ain't married nothing. I don't care if they had kids; they still losers to me, because why you try? That's a single man's game. Yes, it's for single people. It's not for couples. Like, I'm not a fan of it. Their content, like, they think they're entertaining. Ain't no TV want you niggas. They don't like you niggas like that. You got to tap dance and be stupid. That's the thing. You got to be tap dance and be stupid, and that's what they want. I don't know what this is, or okay, captions. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let's see. Note. Okay. Is that something new? Hide. Yeah, hide that shit. All right. About to say, oh, I get to hide that. Okay, cool. Cool. I didn't know that they adding features of this all the time. I pay for it like every year. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. But it's a lot going on. Like, the age verification thing is wild. They says there's a rise of VPNs in Arizona and everywhere else. Well, that's gonna backfire next year. I said there ain't gonna be no midterm election. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There's no way. Trump's done, bro. Old boy is done. I call him old boy. Old boy is done. I don't see nobody like this is over. I don't see nothing in the future for this side of the group. The ops, stay out of there, man. I don't see any in these bitch ass niggas. Y'all better be prepared for next year, and then 28. Next year he up out of there, man. I don't see him making it. Something happened to him. It's over. Y'all ain't able to. Y'all done. I just don't see it, and it's not good. And they own people self-destructing, by the way. Now I just heard C Dub, Charleston White said something. I saw a long interview. He said China might taking over to give us some shit, and they said we're technically not free. Where I heard that before, I heard that shit decades ago. Of course, physically we're free, but mentally we're not. He said we don't think outside the box. Well, there's a handful of niggas do think outside the box. They just don't be online a lot. See, he used it for money. I use it to help people use it as a tool to talk about what's going on outside, and then boom, it's like a form of communication. So people need to just stop bitching about the internet because y'all not skilled to use it rightly. Yeah, you can use it without money and with money and whatever, but offline, that's something you got to do. It's called survival. We're in a post-apocalyptic world. Why do you think a lot of video games is catered to post-apocalyptic content and a mix of open world and things like that? And I just heard EA just got bought by what, Saudi Arabia. They're finished. They're finished. Like the world's changing, and then they try to say Xbox. What they say about the Game Pass is going up. I am not tripping about that. They'll down the price around Christmas time or around New Year's, knowing them in the spring. Microsoft is a software $1 billion company that don't give a damn about people's opinions like that, and they never did. Even if you buy their computers and shit, but they so goddamn stupid. And then you got this boy named Ogagi and all them. They're the casuals that's ruining games. You got people that actually play games, like myself. I use it as a hobby, but you got motherfuckers like him try to dictate what's going on, and like, come on, it's just like, how you gonna say Xbox and Microsoft's broke? They're not broke, bro. You know the guy that owned the Clippers? He's from Microsoft. They got too many people that birthed that damn company and became huge. Bill Gates ain't hurting. They ain't losing their money. They ain't losing their software. They damn sure ain't losing Xbox. So yeah, they can cut Xbox off in the future, but why would they do that? They could do what they want to do as a business. So when you're a corporation that has $1 billion, they're not hurting. The only console war that's hurting is Sony. A lot of people say Sony's doing great. No, Sony is done. Everybody try to say they winning. No, statistically, their stocks is bullshit. They're hurting because ever since Apple bought it, they ain't been right shit since then. Nobody's buying no PlayStation 5. Nobody. It's too goddamn expensive. That's why people gonna still buy Xbox. They're still gonna buy the Series S, and they're gonna buy the latest thing in their hand. The people that say PC gaming is alive and well now, PC gaming, my recollection, has been dead for years. The last time I saw great PC gaming was probably the early 2000s, probably the 90s, and then somewhere around 2010, something like that. You can say, I'll say it like this: 90s through the 2010s, when LeBron became a thing, that's when you start seeing what PC gaming has become. And what's becoming it became the standard at the time. And I'll never forget it. Like when YouTube, before I had this channel, I had another channel, and it was something. It started from '07 when I was younger, and I was outside a lot. You know, everybody was in the consoles, the PCs, you name it. Xbox was thriving at the time too. But those eras are done, bro. Like PC gaming is niche now. You play a lot of role playing games. That's what's keeping it alive, is role playing games. A lot of other games that people into now. Everybody's suing Roblox and Minecraft because of the pedo stuff. And about time, though, by the way. But it is what it is. You know, everything is PC driven. Most consoles are PC driven. Yes, we can thank PC gaming enhancing the console. So the console game is not going there. It's just going to be digital. It's kind of like a Roku. You know, you notice that Xbox and PlayStation are trying to be like Roku so bad. They already downsized everything. So you can play it anywhere. And the ones that's hating is casuals that make a lot of these stupid ass streams that don't make sense. They don't get no views, and that's why they ain't shit. But the problem with them is they're pathetic. They can't just think for themselves, they think from others. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at how pathetic people are online. And I just laugh at these people that's talking about the golden ticket and all that. All that's a distraction for the P files that your boy is holding, and it's going to destroy him. He can't escape, and it's over. There's nothing he can do, and he will never be a Hitler. Now, CW compared him to Andrew Jackson. There's some truth to that. Andrew Jackson dominated like this a long time, since the 18th century. You can say like the 1700s. That's 18th century. That's 2 centuries ago. 2 centuries ago, Andrew Jackson was the seventh president. Did that a long time, and Trump's trying to do that and replicate that. That shit ain't gonna work. And that was a utilitarian concept that America was trying to push way back in the day, and it backfired. Yes, conservatism and liberal conservatism was the thing that Andrew Jackson created, two parties. But if you find out how it split it, he birthed those, and then one went the other way and one went the other. That's how you got the split. But in reality, those parties should not exist at all. Andrew Jackson brought that two concept together. But it's not a democratic country. Capitalism is their religion. I try to tell y'all that. That's their idolatry. But their main course philosophy is what? Utilitarianism, because they want that one emotion happiness, and they talk about numbers, and the key words they use is it's for the group. It's for the group, and it's group thing, right? But that group thing is bullshit. How about fixing people's problems in healthcare, which they ain't gonna do? And that could be any party they don't do, but the Republicans are keen for it. Anybody vote Republican is stupid to me. And I don't tell people to vote neither party, but if you vote, I ain't mad at you. Or that's cool, but don't vote for this clown that's on that side that ruined the Republican Party. The Republican Party has been a joke for years. They don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves. I try to tell you, they're the original liberals than conservatives. I try to tell you, conservatives are the minority in that party. And you saw what they did to George Bush Jr., and they destroyed him. He never, his family ever ran again. That's over. Okay. Now you got the Obamas. They did the change presidents. It started with George W. Bush, but Obama, a relative of his, a distant cousin, he did it and got 2 terms. That's why you got Trump. You got Trump based off that bullshit. But that's y'all's boy. That's what y'all, and now y'all suffering. That's what y'all get, man. See, when YouTube started changing, when Susan left, YouTube has been dead for years. I try to tell you, YouTube died years ago in 2012. Pre-YouTube was great. This current YouTube we in from 2012 to now is trash. I've been saying you're just gonna have a lot of dead content creators on here, but nothing but weak ass reaction channels reacting to bullshit. But if you want to talk about economics and shit like that, and why I brought up the people buying shit from EA and all this other stuff, and Microsoft doing what they need to do, it's about consolidating power. So Stevie Knight tried to say AI. Man, everybody's been talking about AI before you even got on board with it. AI has been a thing since in the pandemic talk since 2020. Hell, everybody's been on it, and everybody's been laid off in jobs. Only certain people are gonna get those jobs, but them double agents that y'all support. But man, Stevie Knight's a clown, bro. Like, you got destroyed by a dude. I think he's from Eritrea. He's from Africa. He's a Hamite, whatever. Alba. Alba cooked him. He ain't right on everything. I gave him this debate like a 7.5 out of 10 or 8. He demolished him on basic issues, basic politics, right? Basic bipartisan, right? But most of us don't even believe it. I don't believe in bipartisan politics because it don't practice into the actual hands of the people if you really think about it. See, a lot of people, they just want to get mad about content creators and about their politics, who they voted for, whatever. Nobody gives a fuck about dude in the White House. He's out of there. He's declining. His party's in shambles. It's over. I don't see anybody, and talking about him is a waste of time anyway, because he's already being depleted. There's other platforms destroying him right now. He get what he get. And I saw what people are saying about him right now. So you got to look at the big picture of who is really saying something. See, y'all get caught up about the golden tickets execution or murder, right? They got y'all. And then C Dub try to say, they try to make him like, idolatry Christ, right? JC, right? Y'all's other idol god. And he said a bullet didn't stop they say you have a steel net. Well, it didn't stop him. And that's right. It didn't. He was speaking for the corporate eyes, but I found out what Joy Reid said on the show. There was a news I was watching. It's called iHip News. They're kind of atheistic. I don't subscribe what they believe every time, but I saw what clip they was playing. They was playing a clip of Joy Reid saying how the golden ticket got his start. And he got his start was very interesting. He said he was a 72-year-old billionaire. I forget the guy's name, but I'm not going to get into it. But if you watch that clip from their channel, you'd be like, well, shit, that's what they got. Yeah, they coming out with it. And I ain't gonna talk about they grinder little thing that they always want to say. They in some nasty shit, but but it's some truth to that. Republicans are clowns. Nobody takes them serious. I don't take Democrats serious either, but the Republicans are the worst. They always are the biggest hypocritical party of all time. That's why I don't take them serious. Anybody that side with that, they don't give a fuck about you but themselves. It's about money and interest and control. We nothing but killing machines to them, and we can say what the fuck we want about them because the only reason they're protected is that fool tries to censor everybody. Well, censorship my ass. You can't censor what I'm saying right now. It's over for him, bro. It's not that much to say. It's already a layup. Just execute it. Score the basketball. Don't miss a layup. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these people are just stupid. They don't understand that. Oh boy, don't give a fuck about y'all. All he care about is himself. And I've been saying this for the last couple of years that dudes like him was gonna ruin the country. And that's why the people that voted for him get what they get. They get what they pay for. Let's just say it like that. They get what they get. And I saw a clip that Aiden Ross and Joe Rogan is taking back what they support old boy in the White House. Nah, stay your bitch asses over there. We know y'all are clowns. I don't even fuck with neither one of them. I say fuck all of them. The big YouTubers that supported him, fuck all of them. They're ops to me over here. And they gonna get this work. I got names for they bitch asses. And fuck their audience too. They slow too. And this is why they ain't shit. If you want to talk about politics, stick to the philosophy aspect, stick to the corruption aspect of it, and do your research. That's what you do over here. Yeah, I talk about politics time to time. I talk about in a geopolitical sense. I try to stay away with fake American politics because it's so bipartisan, but it's bullshit. And nobody likes bipartisan politics because it's not real. It's all fake. It's for show. The Masons control their sides. Only one side ruins every side. It's only one side. There ain't no two sides. It's only one. And Republicans are the enemy to everybody else. And I said it, fuck anybody that's on that side. I said it. Now, does that make me a Democrat? Hell no, I don't fuck with them either. I just look at them as opposition. That's it. They're over there. I don't care about their little shitty beliefs, and that's not realistic. And this country is not a democratic country. No, this is a utilitarian country that has capitalistic aspirations of utilitarian culture. Like I said, and once again, I say this country is utilitarian since 2021 during the pandemic when I had long live streams talking about the concept of philosophy repeats of Rome again. Once again, you got a guy that's partitioning himself as that, but he's not a real dictator. He's a fraud. He won't even last for 3 to 4 years. He's up out of there, man. He's too old and feeble, and he can't even move. And they fuck up the escalator to fuck with him. Ain't that some shit? That's why he ain't shit now. You don't have nobody in this country defending this dude. It's over, bro. Like this is about young and old. Shouts out to Sarge Willie P talked about. He talked about this months ago. He talked about it last year before the golden ticket got silenced. And let me tell you something. It is one of those things that you got to look at. It's a big picture. The big picture is, I said this before and I'll say it again. Ain't nobody going to thrive in those years at that age. It's about young and old, man. Young and old wins again. The young people are not fucking with these old people like that. I try to tell you this ain't about color. Color is just a tool to divide certain people. Yes, is it hurt us? Yes, we know the opposite don't like us. The hell with them. I don't care what they think. Fuck what people think. Most people are stupid anyway. They don't think for themselves. They're so dumb and stupid. And it just goes to show you how pathetic people are. There's a lot of pathetic people online. And they just go by what others say. Fuck what others say. Most people are bitches and they ain't gonna do shit about their lives. They're so pathetic they're worrying about the wrong shit. If they do research like I did for so many years and in this channel, you will learn a lot of thing or two. That the world don't work like that way. I try to tell you, it's a piece of the world. See, American politics is fake. We get that, right? But you got a lot of idiots like these atheist women, like they don't know history. They just talk about bipartisan talk. They trying to get elected and try to get them government seats. They got a decent channel. But what hurts them is this country likes idolatry. I try to tell you that an atheist is an idolatrous fool that doesn't believe in the teachings of Yah, like what we teach over here. We actually teach scripture. We actually teach the tetragrammaton. I taught a piece of that in my early part of my channel. I don't do it no more, but I give you hints of scriptures, what it said and all that. Yeah, I don't have it down with me right now. I do that on the side, but I don't do it as often because some people are brain dead on my channel. They come from the pandemic of the live streams and all that. But I do, my main purpose of my channel, I do teach scriptures to certain people that want to get enlightened, get right, live right, and then try to do your best to survive. And that's what the scripture said. But I teach it in a historical way, sometimes non-political. Then it becomes political a little bit if we have a government. And then the thing is, we got to trade better, and we can't hate ourselves. But it takes a lot to get where we need to be as people. I taught that for like 3 to 4 years, almost, even offline, showing people the way. My channel was basically centered around that and a mix of a little political stuff. And it worked. Got views. Even the live streams, we talked about that. I talked about it all the time. But what I'm seeing now is evident what I said in 2021. A lot of things going to happen. Things is fucking up. Yes, Republicans are inconsistent, and they're the type of party to fuck up things, and then Democrats come in and reverse all they shit. It's a repeated pattern. People need to stop voting, and that's going to make the change. And this is how you get a third party, whatever. You'll never have a third party unless these two parties collapse. The other parties ain't shit. Just for the record. Just for the record. That's why you got this situation going on with him with those P files. And that's why you got a lot of people just acting crazy over his situation. And that's why a lot of times, excuse me for that, I was eating something in the background. Apologize for that. You got most people look at things that you see that's relocated for the truth, you know. But you got dudes out here just saying like, oh, look here, he's gonna do this and that. Like he ain't gonna do this shit. He did this in his first term, then this term he's destroying the country like he always do. And that's what y'all voted for. I didn't vote for this motherfucker. So he's not my president. I don't claim him. Fuck him. It is what it is. He's y'all's dickhead president. But y'all support P files. The ones that voted. I'm just keeping it real. And it's over for y'all next year and year after. I don't see y'all making it. If the other side, the other party wins, it's over. Sorry, police say sorry emotion. Yeah, they probably say, oh, the Patriot, you in the Patriot. That was their thing because this country can collapse any day. They ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's why terrorism is so high and it's gonna continue until the blue side knocks you out and lock everybody else up once again. Yeah, there's a woman pardoning the NBA young boy and all that. Trump don't even know this, but a woman's doing his dirty work for him like that. And then Larry Hoover, that was by a female that let him out, but the state law, he's still locked up. That's crazy. Another bullshit of the stain of this country's history. Credible, ain't it? But people ain't going for that shit. So it's been a lot of bullshit lately. A lot of C words getting exposed, Anton Daniels and all them, and they call them panda bears because they pandering the people to the conservative right? But a lot of them niggas has been bums since then. I've been knowing them bums since 2021 during the pandemic, pre-pandemic. They're nobodies. They got their rise during the pandemic. After the pandemic, they got into politics and try to follow the golden ticket. And now look at them. They look stupid as hell voting for somebody that don't give a fuck about them. It is what it is. What's going on, degenerate? But I look at these things and I'm like, I'm glad that people are speaking out against Stevie Knight and them guys with the grift they be on. They all be grifting. I understand that they have a view, and it's okay to debate conservative idiots. I call them conservatives, by the way. And that's what they do, like, and they try to say evangelical Christians are the greatest thing. What? They ain't shit. Fuck them too. Those are idolatrous idiots, by the way. And I don't care who likes to fuck every last one of them. They're the ops over here. They're the enemy over here. I said it. Fuck them. And I don't care if I said it on this platform. Fuck them. And y'all heard me too. And don't even try to subscribe. I don't fuck with y'all like that. Because y'all bums anyway. You need to grow the fuck up and do research. And your man don't give a fuck about you. He never give a fuck about poor white trash, so-called poor white trash. And you're always gonna be white trash to him because he got money. That's a fact. And guys like that do exist. They do not fuck with y'all like that. The corporations will destroy y'all. This is a post-apocalyptic world. They come with that mindset. You got to eliminate corporations out of your lives. Stop supporting corporations that's trying to kill you. That is what it is. No, no. I say the Republicans is destroying itself. Democrats ain't got nothing to do with it. They're a joke as a whole. Democrats want to maintain bullshit. Republicans want to be the idiots that want to die on the hill and not helping people. Like I said, anybody votes Republican is idiotic, and they support P files, or should I say the E files? You know that person, and we don't say his name. Fuck him and old boy in the office because they're all on that list. 95% of them that's on that list are Republican. Y'all do know that. That's why Republicans are liberal historically. I'm going by they liberal tendencies. They pretend to be conservatives on the low on TV as a smokescreen, but in reality they're fucking liberals. They show they open hands all the time. They hide and lie about bullshit. They hide behind money. See, liberals got the money. Conservatives don't got money. They're broke. I've been saying that. Like, if you want to go to a conservative country, go to Switzerland and go to Sweden. And they always talk about Scandinavian because that's the richest countries for conservatives. Those countries, not America. No, America's capitalistic because liberals like it and they love fascism. That's why it's called liberal fascism, libel fascist. That's what it's called for short. And oh boy, don't understand that why they call you that. He's not no regular fascist. And they said fascists are conservative. No, they're not. If they were conservative people, they would help the people. See, conservatism, people get conservatism confused. Conservatism is not right wing. It's semi right centered or whatever you want to call it, right side or whatever. Conservatism is neutrality people. If you look at Switzerland and Sweden, those are neutrality countries, right? And the reason I say that is because they say, are they neutral? Yes, they believe in democracy, but it's a conservative mindset. They want to conserve their people, their rights, and their judiciary laws and shit like that. So that's why Oprah can't even buy nothing from them. They told her to get because they know she's a capitalist. She want to capitalize on them. And those countries don't like that. I try to tell you, you want to go to conservative country, go to those countries. I just mentioned Switzerland, Sweden, and Norway, all them, they have the same mindset. But America tries to be like them. Quit trying to be like those countries. America's not built like that. And it has nothing to do with corporations and organizations. No, what you're talking about. Corporations are fascists. But deep down, they practice utilitarianism. That's their whole philosophy. Fascism is they sub subsystem based off their philosophy of utilitarian. It's the same shit. And utilitarianism is not positive. It's still evil as fuck. It is the most evilest system that is ever invented. Britain's had it where those monarchs ruled in the 19th century and all that. Yes. So I don't want to hear nothing about 18th century Britain. That's different. It was still empire until 19th century. They was extended empire. Then it extended on to the 20th century. They didn't last long. That's why the second Reich went down, and then the third Reich came. That's Germany. They tried to be something that the impossible like Rome, and they failed. So and they try to say, "Is this the fourth Reich? You already in it." I talked about that 4 years ago. It's this country, and they don't realize that. And then you got a guy that supports it in these speeches, and it's been going on forever. So yeah, this ain't nothing new. This is over for them. They can't come back and say anything credible what's going on. You got to look at the big picture, what people are saying. See, people say a lot of bullshit and expect people to like it. But you got to understand, there's a lot of weak motherfuckers on the internet. Like, they'll say anything to get some credibility to say, is this who we are? This is who we be? And all this is cool. But you got to understand the big picture. A lot of people expect people that, oh boy, it's going to help everybody's lives. And he's not doing it because the reason he's maintaining, he's scared to death what that stuff gets leaked out. So you already know. And then we'll talk about LeBron and his fake retirement troll. I'm gonna talk about that and a lot of stuff. But I just had to address the political stuff, the bipartisan fakeness of this country. They always want to say, and I've been watching a little bit of that lately, the drama by this channel named iHip News, and they're kind of funny, despite that they're into idolatry. They're atheists and they support same sex shit, and that's a turn off for most people. We already know they pro that. When's the last time they pro that? And these are white women from Oklahoma. Now, most people ain't gonna listen to them because of that. Most so-called white women, they don't care for same-sexuals. They don't at all. They just using them as a weapon like anything else. If anybody that's a same-sexual, do not come on this channel. I don't care nothing about y'all, but if you listen, do not listen to iHip News. If y'all believe in your idols, like your what they call religions, your idols and shit, your idolatry, well, they're non-believers, so you gotta be careful. I know some same-sexuals are, but not all of them. Some of them do believe in the scriptures and try to corrupt it. That's what you got over there on the right, what they call themselves, that clan group. That group is finished, by the way, and they're divided. See, you got Fuentes and the Golden Ticket been at it for years. So the Golden Ticket crew didn't do shit to Fuentes boys. So they try to say the boy is something else, and yet no, he's on lean towards the right. I don't use the word right wing, left wing because there's no wings to it. It don't exist. Those are man-made terms by the Western lexicon that ain't even real. It's not based in fact or reality. They're just clowns that want attention and want to be seen. Let me tell you something about people. People that talk like that are the dumbasses of the world. That's why we got a lot of problems in America and in the world today. But C Dub said something about China going to help us out. They probably will. They'll help the black people out first. The white people going to be replaced. And he said we're more trustworthy than the white man. And there's some truth to that. Nobody trusts this white man no more, so-called white man no more. It's over for him in this country. Everybody likes oh boy in the office. The ones that voted for him are deluded and they're protectors of his bullshit. But everybody else don't fuck with you. They're going to lose that fight. They better be careful. They will lose that fight. It will backfire and they'll lose hard. So yes, 2026 is the year of destruction. You're gonna see some changes, and you're gonna see some elections. It's over, old boy. If he gets impeached next year, if Locke said Democrats ain't gonna win, Democrats are more corrupt than Republicans too, in a different way in elections, and they don't care about Republicans. See, the Republicans did they bid with him. That's gonna come back to bite him. Shit is coming out on him. Not good. Not good at all. So you got to look at the big picture, what's going on, and see what's it. All right, let me step away real quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to mute this back, and I'm going on mute. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So yeah, the stuff that's going on right now. People are tripping. They said they free speech taken. Well, don't say nothing to this hoe, bro. And that clan group, man, they some bitches, man. They're finished. They're finished till next year because next year it's not gonna be good. Like I said, there ain't gonna be no elections next year. I call cap. There will be an election. This country's finished, bro. Um, that election from last year is a Democrats' revenge this year, and then next year they'll probably win it all because the distrust of their own party and the people that's poor and they losing their health care. I'm not gonna get into that. It's a wrap, man. Like the handwriting's on the wall. It's not good, and those files will be the death of this economy and this little group. Too much divisions. The golden ticket got his head knocked off, And y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say his name. His name is not worthy on this channel. Fuck him and fuck all his followers and everybody else. They deserve that because they get what they get. I don't believe in that fake politics shit over here. What they be on. Fuck them and their views. I say what the fuck I want to say. I don't affect their lives or anything. I don't fuck with them people over there. Fuck them too, as a whole. I'm not a fan of so-called white people. I never will and never will be. Because the last time I had friends like that, that's when I was lost in the world with idolatry, with Christianity. Before I was a Christian, I joined. I didn't really join anything until like I was the age of 19. I did that shit for 2 years and I never fuck with them again. I stopped fucking with them since out of high school. You know what I mean? I stay with myself, my own people, my own family, my structure at all times. I don't fuck with them people like that because I don't give a fuck two shits about them like that. I don't. They're the same to me because if they on that type of time, just stay off my channel, please, because y'all on some bullshit. You know, I'm not with that this year or ever again because I've always been consistent where I stand. You know, I don't care about that shit. And you coons, get off my shit too. I don't fuck with y'all either. It is what it is. So you already know what it is. I've been pro black. I just don't broadcast like I used to. I show it in my work. I show it on my content and things like that. But you got a lot of haters out here. So yeah, man, the haters, they just want to dictate and just be crazy and be belligerent, and I just don't fuck with them like that. But you got a lot of clowns out here. But this Machiavellian Mills guy, man, this guy is a fucking LBJ dick rider. I gotta talk about his ass. That guy sounded good until he went against Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown's not perfect. I'm not huge on his content. You know, I'm subscribed to him and he has some good content now and then. He's just trying to get in the works. But he said he don't say nothing about MJ. What's there to say about MJ? MJ's not perfect. Yeah, he's on the other side of the world. He's in that fraternity, but who cares? Like at this point, you say something bad about MJ, shit, people be on your head. And he's just us. Got white folks and all that. They be on your head if you say something about MJ. They treat him like he's God, worse than the golden ticket. Y'all crazy. He's on NBC right now, rocking that thing. He just he let that thing go. But I said, you know, sports is what it is. You know, sports is kind of good right now. NFL, NBA, you know. But we talk about little sports over here time to time again. But it is what it is. So yeah, you know, football season looking fantastic. Nobody's undefeated no more. So it's been a good season. It's been a rocky season. So yeah, you know, I just I laugh at people that be talking shit online and they expect people to care. And I really don't care what people think. So especially online. Because people be talking a whole bunch of bullshit and be saying some shit and it sound credible, but they're not. I'm surprised the Steelers is 3-1. I'm surprised the Steelers is 3-1. And the Bengals, yeah, they lost to Denver. I saw they lost in Denver, and Denver played my Eagles. They should have been 3-2. They should have been like 2-3 right now with the Chiefs. And the Chargers shouldn't have lost the game, but they're 3-2. They both times like Chargers. Now I'm a Denver Broncos guy. That's my second team in the NFL. I got two. I got three teams in the NFL. My favorite team is the Eagles. They're cool. You know, they the champs before they were the champs. I still love that team. Only reason I like the Broncos as a kid, that's because of Elway, Terrell Davis, and you know, yours truly, the one that got destroyed with that girl with OF. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And the Raiders, they had Kaufman, they had some good players, but I don't care for Pete Carroll. They won in 4 this year. So Vegas is not looking good. I remember when they were the Oakland Raiders. Now the Chiefs are in a good position. The AFC champs from last year and the chance of, I think they were the champs of 2 years ago, I believe. Yeah, 2 years ago. Almost 2 to 3. Yeah. About last year. Well, last year, this past year in 2024, Eagles won the regular season, and then they won the Super Bowl this year, but it'll be considered last year. So about 2 to 3 years ago, the Chiefs won the previous Super Bowl. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know who's gonna win it this year. Me personally, if Eagles repeat, I'm going for them. But the Colts are 4-1, and you got the Jaguars 4-1. First time in the AFC South. This is a weak division. So this is very interesting. The Colts can be 5-1 if the Colts lose. If the Colts lose again, they'd be 4-2, and then the Jaguars. They're both good. They're both good. This is very interesting. And then you got three 4-1 teams. You got the Bills, you got the Colts, and the Jaguars. You got a bunch of 3-2 teams. You got one with the Chargers and Broncos, and plus the Patriots. Them three. And then you got the 2 and 3 teams. Of course, you got the Bengals and the Chiefs. It's crazy. Let's look at the NFC. Yeah, the Eagles is 4-1. 49ers 4-1. Lions 4-1. So you got there's a couple of 4-1s on every team of each conference. But yeah, it's pretty much it. The AFC, the NFC East is looking great. Eagles still gonna dominate it as usual. Packers is okay, they 2-1, and they had a tie with the Cowboys. So the monsters of the Midway, the Bears is doing decent. Vikings, so much stuff. But the Buccaneers is 4-1. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, Tampa Bay. Yeah, they won that game against who they won against. I believe it was the Jets. I believe. I don't know if it was the Jets or somebody. Is it the Jet? Not the Jets, but the Seahawks. Excuse me, Seahawks. They won against the game with the Seahawks and Baker Mayfield. They're a close one. Atlanta's up and down. Atlanta ain't gonna win that division. If the Buccaneers do good, it'll be Atlanta. The Saints did okay. The NFC South is weak. NFC North is probably the second strongest, and the NFC East is the strongest because it's competitive. NFC West to me is the weak, along with the South. Both of them are trash, by the way. Um, the West, I do see the Cardinals doing something, but in reality, it could be the Seahawks. The Seahawks may do something, but I still got the 49ers. I believe in them. They'll win. Everybody's betting on them to lose and stuff. So, yeah, a lot of stuff is happening. I'm trying to get away from politics and things like that. Oh, some bitch ass content creator that's a LeBron James guy. He's a fucking clown. And he said something about Stevie Knight, which is cool. I agree with. But this dude's a fucking clown, bro. Like you're a LBJ guy, and then you want to get Kwame. Like I can't take that nigga serious. And you call yourself Machiavelli. Like Machiavelliism is a joke. Who reads that bullshit? I'm subscribed to YouTube that's into that shit. YDR. I mean, he's a good content creator, but dude, drop that shit, bro. Just talk about real metaphysical shit. Do some real research, and stop taking other shit from white folks. I see right through your content, bro. People see right through you. You're teaching the wrong shit. You want some real shit? Do it on your own. And I know he's married, but he another one. Do yourself a favor and get your shit right, man. Like, I mean, your content is good. I've watched some of his old content. He had a mic similar to mine, and now he went with a condenser, and I mean, that's a good to elevate his voice. He got to pad it in his studio or wherever he got. You got to make sure of that. So he's married and he's a young dude. That's why I heard. They try to say no, he could be a young dude. And now if he's a young dude, now if he's younger than I am, then that's a question. I don't know how old is he. He said, I'm not even 30 yet. And if he's in his 20s, I said, dude, you're a young dude. Oh my God. You got married at boy, I see a divorce and he says he's been married 5 years and he got kids. Oh, it's a wrap for you, bro. It's a wrap. He gonna be a single dad in a couple more years, man. That marriage shit. He tried to say the divorce rate was declining because of Trump. That I call bullshit. It's still rising. I'm gonna look it up. Is it declining or not? I'm gonna read this. Is divorce is okay? Let's see what he said. That was last year. Yes, divorce rates in the U.S. has been declining, but reaching their lowest levels in decades. But though the reason for their decline is complex, says complex. He going by this stuff. This is an AI that I don't even believe in this half of the time. I'm gonna read it. That's what they're saying. But though the reasons for their decline are complex, but involve both changes in marriage stability and perhaps more significantly, fewer people getting married in the first place. But decline is not necessarily a sign of universally stronger marriages. Thank you. And that's what it says. See, people miss this part. It's declining because this reason. Now he's trying to say it's improving. No, it's not. It's declining, and people's not getting married because they can't afford these kids. Look at the economy right now. But rather, demographic shift where more people are, especially younger generations, are delaying marriages or choosing not to marry at all. See, that's why they're declining. They're not choosing to marry at all. Young people know it's a lot of divorce rates are climbing because of that. People are not getting married. He in reference, see, YDR never mentions this part to y'all. If y'all watch this shit, don't let a married nigga lie to you about the first part. That's what matters. No, read the whole damn thing. And this is AI overview. That's what the court says. They got a new thing now. So lower rates of the United States divorce. They said 2022. They said 2008, fewer marriages. Yeah, that's been going on for years, and people have been divorced. Well, some people are just single, period, and mess and be in rotational, off and on, relationships. But are delaying marriages. Most people are delaying marriages. They delaying everything. So when they choose not to marry, that's a standard that they've pushed. So it's been going on for like for a couple more years, or was it a couple more years ago? That was years ago, like what 2022, and prior to that. And that's just the thing. But I look at these things that's how I look at, because I heard someone say it's increasing and all that. But well, technically, he don't mention this part. He mentioned the first part. No, it's declining because people are holding it, they're delaying long, but most of the people are not getting married at all because it costs too much money. And plus, you got so many insurance races, getting fucked up by whatever it is that you're seeing. But the only thing I'm seeing right now is why people are not getting married. It's a combination of the laws not being changed. Yes, they did it under Trump, but it's not a good sign because long term people are not getting married at all. It happens all the time. See, people try to use statistics like this. They say, yes, it's the rates. They're younger, but they're already declining anyway. So people are not getting married like that. And that's a fact. Ain't got nothing to do with people who are going to be married for a long time. No, it's cap. It's no guarantee, bro. It's the same shit. If Democrats get in there next year, this shit will be reversed. I try to tell you, when Republicans get in power, you will see these statistics. It's been like that forever. And then when they get in there, it's going to increase because they want money. It depends on these laws. Change social norms, trends like delaying marriage, out of wedlock births, the rise of internet dating service all contribute to change in nature of marriage and divorce, according to the paper by. See, internet dating to me is not real. That's bullshit. That's part of it, but that's probably 5%. Increased marriage stability. Newer marriages may be more stable with higher rates of first marriages ending in a divorce for older generations, while younger generations are more selective about whom they marry. That's the real right there. I think increased marriage stability right there for the younger people. They're trying to pick their partners smart. That's the key why it's declining, and this is the main reason. I'll say that would be 75% why they're. That's why you see an increase. That's the younger people. The older people's not getting married again. So Don's not telling you the truth. He's speaking for the young folk that don't understand that no, people still can get divorced. It's evidence how. They look at things online on YouTube and see these gurus and they telling them they're getting all the information from everywhere else. Younger people are delaying or foregoing marriages while contributing to lower overall divorce rates. Demographic shifts and changes in social norms are bullshit. I would say 5 to 10%. I don't see that where I'm at. People still getting divorced left and right. Depends on where you at, because you can't use that. There is decline in U.S. in certain states, but it's not like the majority. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They're gonna have to subtract this and focus on marriage preparation. Some experts argue that the decline is a result of great focus on marriage preparation. Nobody's doing that. The only people doing that is people that wants to build an empire in the future. That's why they're doing it. And there's a reason for the decline. So that's what you see most of the time in preparation. So they're seeing what they're seeing. They've been told for their previous. So so but the less marrying in general, key driver is the fact that more people are choosing to delay marriage, not to marry it at all. They just not marrying at all. You know, that this is probably about, I'll say 80%. Just like the one increased state, but it's 80% is not choosing to marry. There's a truth to this. The United States is going through less marrying in general. That's the real reason why you see divorce rates going low, increase of marriage. The other shit is irrelevant. When I'm looking at this AI over with. Aging population, the rise of gray divorce among older adults is a growing trend, but the overall decline is still the primary story for general population. Yeah, marriages are declining. Let's see, that's just studies. Let's see if his divorce is increasing because of the new laws changes of the females. This is increasing after reaching a 40-year record low 2 consecutive years, 2020 and 2020 at the 14.0 divorces per 1,000 married women. Divorce rate rose slightly in 2022 to 14.56 divorce per 1,000 married women. But the overall trend in the divorce rate since 2008 remained downward despite the slight increase in the 2020 during the pandemic. See, a lot of people is coming off the pandemic relationships. That's why you see a lot of low divorce rates. See, a lot of people don't want to talk about that is I want to say this. Let's talk about marriage uh decreasing, because since he wants to talk about that, I just want to talk about that. These people don't know what they're talking about online. Let's do the research. Yes, marriage rates in the United States have been declining significantly for decades, falling to historical lows in the 21st century. Though they have shown some fluctuations and recent rebound after dip during the C-19, the C-19 pandemic, and this decline is characterized by fewer adults being married, people marrying at older ages. There's some truth to that, and increase in cohabitation. Nobody's cohabitating like that. That's part of it, but nobody's doing that. Not in my age group, but certain places you could say on east side, yeah, of the United States, probably certain states, probably you see that. And here's the key trends: long-term decline. The U.S. marriage rate has been declining since the early 1970s. That's since the 70s. That's been the 20th century. That's last century. Historical lows, marriage rate recent years, such as 2021, was the lowest in over a century. Delayed marriages, Americans are waiting longer to get married, with the median age of first marriage increasing. Rise in cohabitation, more couples are living together without marrying. That's what you see. People are cohabitating, and that's the problem. That's why you don't see a lot of marriages. People are cohabitating. They're just not marrying. Without marrying and cohabitation, if you listen to these dudes in these so-called red pill spaces, the original red pill space was 1.0. The 2.0 space, like the BGS and Kevin Samuels, that's why you hear this rise in cohabitation. But it increased significantly since the 1960s. They said they've done this before, but no one's doing this now, because I say delay and historical lows and long-term decline is the reason why you see a lot of people getting married. And the cohabitation is a part of it. That's a small key. That's not the big factor. I'll say about 25 to 30% that's like that, but now it's lower than that. Probably, they probably in these other percentages I just mentioned, long-term and historical lows and delayed marriages. But the factors contribute to decline: economic shifts because of AI, labor markets, and including women and all that stuff. Social attitudes. This is less societal pressure to marry, and singlehood is viewed as a more acceptable lifestyle. People are more single that have better careers and they want to be billionaires. That's what Trump and these people want, because married couple got all the money. That's basically what they're saying. Education's increased importance of education, career development. Yeah. Well, good luck with that next year, because they're gonna try to reverse all this shit. And they're looking at this stuff, and then it's crazy, bro. But I ain't gonna read no more. I just did some research on it. That I'm just like, dude, just over here tripping. What's going on? But it is what it is, man. It's just it goes to show you that a lot of people look at these marriages. I was looking at some channels that he's trying to say, like, this dude is married, right? YDR. His name is Young Dong Reacts. I was watching him. He told on himself he got like what 3 kids. He got a son, 2 daughters. They're young. If I was him, man, you've been married for 5 years, man. Another 5 years, she gonna call divorce. They change over time. I try to tell you, these females change over time, bro. And that's what I'm glad I wasn't. And last time I was in a relationship, that was what 2009 when I read that statistics of it. Now it's like it's up and down. People don't want to get married, and the people that don't want to get married now, my age and above, is they're looking at the long term. Short term, it looks good, but long term, they're not wasting their energy on it. It's not worth it unless there's an incentive. So yeah, you vote for this dude, and he's getting charged with the P files and stuff, and they say he's a convicted felon. He's done, bro. And but here's the thing: he might die from a disease. So the dude right behind him, he's finished too. It's a lot of corruption going on. See, if Kamala would have won, I'll tell you what she would have done. She would have did the exact same thing. We still would have. I don't think we still went to war, but I think, you know what I think? She would clean up some of the stuff. She wouldn't do what he did, but she will clean up a lot of stuff that was online. I think she'll focus on that and the vitriol of dudes criticizing females, all that. That's what she would have went on. She wouldn't be like I hip news, just be atheistic. No, she'd have been controlled. But the problem is her husband represents those people in the so-called state, you know what I'm talking about, Esau's nation, right? And it's gonna backfire. And they wasn't one that, so they went with somebody that already did damage before and started the terrors. It wasn't Biden, it was old boy right here. Yours truly. And now they declining. We'll see. America is gonna have a weird decline, but here's the thing: it's reception based. I mean recession based. Excuse me. But I'm gonna say it like this: the bounce back is gonna come back in 2026 if they do run elections. Lop said there ain't gonna be nothing. No, there'll be some. There'll be some because certain states ain't going for that. You know, Republicans are done. Like the handwriting's on the wall. Like those people that's poor and they vote for the other side, they're delusional. They're gonna vote. But the ones that used to be, it's over for them. They ain't gonna make it. I just don't see them. They're gonna be so stupid, and that people are mad because healthcare is gonna be important. I'll tell you what they're gonna talk about: sexual politics, healthcare, tariffs, and probably this bullshit agenda with same sexuals. And the reason I say that, that's the Democrats gonna run on. They don't care about nothing else because they ain't gonna trust no male politician after this ever again. If you see a lot of women politicians on either side of the party, you blame the current president right now. And the reason I'm saying that, there will be a lot of females running for governmental office and House. You just saw one. What's her name? Letitia James from New York defeated Trump. That's not a good sign for you dudes that dislike or hate so-called black women. I don't hate them at all. I don't care like that. There's no hate over here. I love some. I just don't like the trashy ones that are, you know, I don't call them women. I call them females, what they are, females, the losers. They always want to hate us, but they over there going to side with this bullshit too. So it is what it is, man. Like, y'all got to understand that this can turn around next year in 2028. It's just the truth. Yeah, the same that they ran with. But the funny thing is, it's so damaging. Like I was listening to this news network, and I was listening to what they were saying. We need somebody tougher. We need, you know, this is white woman, right? From I Hip News. We need to get rid of old boy in office because we got the files on him. See, that's what's gonna hurt him. What's gonna hurt him is those files. And his own people's turning on him. So that's not a good sign. I knew this was gonna happen because I'm glad I didn't vote for him, because if I did, I would look stupid. Because none of the presidents ain't gonna do shit. I'm just you fellas gotta understand they gonna give it to a woman eventually because you know China lost its money with the tariffs. They try and get it back. Um, Everybody's against the United States right now. So the tariffs are the big issue, and I think this is gonna go what we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see some censorship next year, but not from Republicans. They done failed hard. There's gonna be censorship on the right in the future. This is a setup for us. We're experimental right now, but in the future, if they ever win, it's over for the right. If you lean towards the right, you're out of there. Say goodbye to your podcast on the internet. You say anything bad about a female, you're out of there. I ain't gonna say shit. If it gets to that level, that's when you be like, all right, there's different platforms out there. See, they already tried to do it with her, with him, but I think they for real this time. If you see woman politics, Marjorie Taylor Greene, what's her name is, ain't gonna get it. Only way she get it, if something happens to old boy, that's the vacuum gonna leave. She ain't perfect. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I didn't vote for her, but she's got the youth. And that's something Republicans always failed is the youth. They don't care about the youth. It is what it is. So you see these things, you see this thing coming on, but you got to understand what's really happening right now. They're not trying to help people. So I figured this is the big step that we got to maintain what we have right now. So look out for that, for that exchange or whatever. So yeah, sports world is the same, NBA is going to look different. Super Bowl, they tripping about that. I don't care about all that. We'll get there when we get there. I'm just talking about these things right now. I'm just talking about these reaction channels. They be saying a lot of dumb shit. Y'all gotta do research. Yeah, because what's so funny? I'm glad people voted for this fool again. All it's gonna do is building up the Democratic blue wave. I'm not saying it's gonna be a blue wave. It could be, and if it's all female on that side, I'm just predicting. If it's all females on this side, because they're so obsessed with the P files, the E files, what I call them, that's what it's a list that the guy they found from that island. I ain't gonna mention his name. Fuck him, by the way. He don't get no shine over here. He's gone anyway. He can't even defend himself. But Trump better be careful. And some woman try to tell him don't mention no names. It's over for them. I don't see them coming out of it. It's gonna be so damaging, man. Yeah, it's hilarious, but man, if the Democrats, they're gonna fuck it up and lose it. That's what people always say, but I don't believe that. No, 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 no. If something happens to old boy, his whole team is trash. Nobody gonna vote for him ever again because the Republicans will never be the same again. If Democrats destroy the Republican Party without even saying anything bad, they're gonna be going unscathed anyway because they're gonna have. You don't want Gavin Newsom. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You don't want Gavin Newsom, and nobody wants him. But if they're pushing for a woman or some corporation, it's over for y'all. I don't say nothing about females ever again especially on this platform because Google's gonna get their get back. I just predicted they're gonna get their get back because they can't stand doing the White House. Because see, one thing about corporations and billionaires, they're gonna compete against each other. Who's gonna be who? And I mentioned earlier, age verification laws ain't gonna work. Nobody likes to be controlled. I'm trying to tell you, they want a utilitarian world of their control so they can. Y'all follow me? Because nihilism is the post-apocalyptic future for people that have their own beliefs and be destructive, be whatever. But if you have a utilitarian society that constructs the same old shit on both sides, really, but mainly one side is Republicans, you're creating more damaging like you did before. Can't talk about Biden no more. He had one term, but that was basically Obama term 3.0. So Obama technically had 3 terms. So it is what it is. Yeah, I can see that, man. I don't want to see. Well, if we do get women politicians running on both parties, and I said this to myself, I said this years ago to myself. I said if they ever run, Trump was a bad move. He shouldn't have ran in 2016. Me personally, and he paid for it. Got impeached once or twice, I believe. Whew, man, it's not looking good for him. Like it's over for him. Like so much shit on him. I can't do it, bro. Like I'm glad I didn't vote for him last year because I didn't. I voted independently, whatever. But man, oh man, oh man. It's not good. If y'all Republican now, y'all better get out and vote 2026 if y'all want him to stay in power. He ain't gonna make it that long because he may go anytime. I'm telling you right now, the Democrats are pushing female agenda. They want it, even Republicans too. It's a damn shame. They don't want to see men running office again, especially white men. And ever since the golden ticket got destroyed, that was it. That was it. That was it. You know, there goes a opportunity. And they always gonna push the agenda. Keep that in mind so they can maintain their corporate power. But like I said, these women on this iHip news is very telling. That's what they want. It's gonna be surprisingly. I think all women's gonna run this midterms and probably the main election in 2028. It's not a fear, it's something that I know. It's something that I know. It's not good. It's not good. I don't like it. Don't like it. But you know, if you live in this country long enough, and if you go overseas, they'll probably do the same thing. Watch. See, that's what people ain't ready for that. See, post-apocalyptic worlds is a combination of a lot of things. People losing their minds, people losing their thoughts, and you see it in movies and video games. They preparing you. Corruption is going to continue. So it is what it is. Shouts out to people. Shouts out to the news. Shouts out to Degenerate. Salute to everybody. Yeah, that's all I'm talking about. You know, I'm just talking about the minor things, what's going on, and what I've been seeing online is crazy. And it's not looking good for old boy, man. He better watch it because they on his heels, man. It look nasty out here. So with that, shalom to the people of Israel, to the Gentiles. Until next time, and always speaking my mind and what's on truth and what's on par, what's going on, and just be safe out there. You know, stay dangerous, stay safe, and it is a post-apocalyptic world without the zombies. It's just a lot of destruction going on, but hey, we here to fight another day. Until next time, I'm signing.